Uno, dos, tres. And here we go. We're live.
Hello, good night. Welcome to this live stream. Okay. Welcome to this live stream, guys. Thank you very much that you are joining this live stream. I don't want to see that screen because I get confused. So we are in Colombia now.
We're in Manizales.
Yes, this is the city that we came last year and we really liked it. It feels very relaxing, comfortable, right?
It's a great place, and I've been surprised to see that in the comments, quite a lot of the people commenting say that they have been to Manizales.
Yes. Yeah, they even recommended a few places, and we are very surprised because when people come to Colombia, Manizales is not the first city that people want to know about or to see. And why do you think is that?
I don't know. Well, because there's so many places to see. I guess there's a lot of like really interesting cities, a lot of very varied geography and stuff, beautiful beaches and things. So I think people are probably more attracted to that. I mean, we were obviously.
Yeah.
When we first came to Colombia, we wanted to go to the beach and the Caribbean and also like Medellin. We saw.
Of course, the capital, Bogota as well, but. I remember that we are here now. We were very surprised for what we found. I remember you had the idea of coming here.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I have to say that I wasn't convinced, just simply because I didn't know. So you started to say, okay, let's go to this place. Look, it's located in El Eje Cafetero, the coffee region. So here we are in the area where people in Colombia produce great coffee, one of the best coffees in the world.
And they're very proud of it.
And they are very proud of it. So that was, I have to say that was, I think, one of the first reasons. And also because you showed me there was a lot of nature.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think we both wanted to see this area of Colombia, and the obvious choice for this kind of region would be Medellin. It's very, very famous. It's incredibly, especially in recent years, like culturally, it's very, very relevant, and there's a lot of foreigners who go there and stuff. But because it's such a big city and it's in a valley, I thought, well, maybe weekend trips could be a bit more complicated. You know, if you've got to travel for an hour to get out of the city. So I like the idea of a smaller city, which would be a bit more, make it a bit easier for us to do day trips on the weekend.
So you did a lot of research, basically.
I did.
And I trusted you.
But it's worked out quite well because we have done a lot of quick trips. Like it's very easy for us from here to go and, you know, be on a hill or do a hike
or just visit a town or just simply stay here and relax, basically. So we have a few people here. If you have any questions about Colombia, the area where we are, I already said in two videos, why we moved to Colombia or why we left Mexico. So my recent video was very popular.
It's gone very well.
So thank you very much, guys, for watching my videos. There are a lot of videos to come. We are feeling very excited. We're feeling very excited. This is what we like, and we really want to show you what we are enjoying.
And also the fact that everybody's had such a good response to this video means that, you know, it helps the channel out, and the more views there are, obviously the more possibilities that you have in terms of the kind of content that you can make. So it's been really good to see this response. Yeah.
And speaking of that, what would you like to see in the next videos? Are you more focused on how are we doing how are we doing here in Colombia, or I don't know, just let us know and we can have an idea of what you're looking for in our videos. So let's say hello to some of the viewers who are here. who are taking their precious time to be here. So let's see. We have Kevin from Eat Viola Travel, the channel. Very fast, I would like to mention that they were here last weekend.
They were?
Yep. So I think we had a great time.
It was good. I think they enjoyed Manizales. We appeared on their live stream on Sunday morning.
Yes.
So you can go and check that out. It's still up.
Yeah, and I think they are going to make a video about Manizales.
About us. Let's be fair.
Okay, so watch that video that is going to be up on Sunday. So let's see who else is here. Khalid. Is that the pronunciation, right? Khalid?
I believe so.
Hi, Khalid. Pamela, thank you very much. I am very glad you're watching this live stream. I miss you in class. Let's see, Melan. Hi, Melan. Jim. And Eat Viola Travel again. So thank you very much, guys. Any questions that you might have about Colombia, again, remember you can ask anything you want to know. Drop it here and we will answer.
Okay. So I want to ask you a question. So obviously I'm not from Latin America. Before I came the first time, I probably thought that most of the people in Latin America were pretty similar. The countries were very similar because you all speak Spanish and stuff. But I don't think that's true. So what have you noticed? Any things that seem different? What makes you think I'm definitely in a different country now?
Well, at first sight, I can see in all over the country that there is a lot of nature everywhere. It's greener everywhere.
It's very green.
I'm not saying that Mexico is not like that. Of course, Mexico has different ecosystems, and that's a cool thing of Mexico, I think. But that was one of the reasons I knew I was in another place. The second is that even though we speak the same language, Spanish, the intonation, the pronunciation, there are some even phrases and words that we don't say in Mexico.
A lot of things.
A lot.
We've literally just experienced that half an hour ago.
With the food.
With the food.
Where we tried. I don't even. What is the word in English? Can you help me with the vocabulary? Sorry. Tripas. Tripe. So they called it.
What was it?
Chinchi. It's not Chinchilla. That is a place around here.
Yeah.
Chinchuya.
Something like that.
I didn't know what she was talking about, and I said, yes, give it to me.
You're in a new place, and you think, oh, that's different. Yeah, I'll try that.
I'm gonna try it. And then I realized what it was, and I'm not a fan, actually.
It's not my favorite.
In general, it's not my favorite. So yeah, things like that, and that's something very cool because they can tell that I'm not from here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like that, actually. It's not something that I feel uncomfortable. It's just something that we are different, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say there's another one. Do you want me to say it, or should we read some comments before?
Well, let's read.
See.
So I can see somebody's commenting from Japan.
From
fascinating.
Japan,
yes.
Wow.
It'd be early in the morning. Yeah.
Thank you. I haven't seen you before until Liana, so it would be nice. Thank you very much for writing, leaving a message. We appreciate that very much. And the third one could be, and I don't know how to explain this, is like they are very friendly.
Very friendly.
Mexicans from, and this is a question for you, from a foreigner perspective, they can say the same. We are very friendly.
Mexican people are very friendly, definitely.
Yeah.
But nothing compared to Colombians.
So why do you feel it? What is the difference?
Colombia is just very, very social and very, very open. On the whole, obviously, everyone is different, but I guess it's just a place where people are very used to hanging out and speaking to a lot of people, and I don't know, and it feels really nice when you get here, and people aren't shy about starting a conversation, or you start talking to somebody and then all of a sudden they say, "Oh, come to my house," or "Oh, I'm going out with some friends," and and there's no, I don't know, there's kind of no barriers there. It just feels like, people are very accepting and like, "Oh, cool, a new person, come on, let's go and do something." And I mean, it happens as well in Mexico, but here it's just like, they're really friendly.
Do you think that you feel it more because we were living in Querétaro, Mexico, which it's a big city, Querétaro, and you know that when you're living in a city, the vibe is different, and people tend to be more, they don't trust other people.
Yeah, I think so. We've never had any bad experiences. There's lots of very lovely people in Querétaro. But it's true. People here say that if you go to Bogotá, then people aren't as friendly and stuff. So I think that makes sense. Like if you're in a smaller place, then you get that vibe a bit more.
Okay. Well, and I would like to ask you, why, from your perspective, what is the thing that you like the most about living in this area? Because it's relatively small, the city. It has half million of people.
Half million people. So for me, one thing so not only are there these beautiful hikes and beautiful natural places just outside the city, which are very accessible, but also wherever you are in the city, because we're kind of on the top of a mountain and there's lots of other mountains around, wherever you look, there's these incredible views. And I think part of that is like you spend a bit more time outside, the air is fresher, and just generally, you feel good in that situation. And I think it's a big contrast to Querétaro, because one of the downsides of Querétaro is there's not that much nature, or the nature to get to similar sort of nature is quite a long way to go. And the city's the climate's very different. It's very dry and there's a lot of traffic and stuff, so it feels very nice to be in a more natural.
We feel more, I think we feel more relaxed and more, in a way, I don't know why, we feel more focused on when we are working, and still we have time for the activities that we like.
Yeah, because you could say, it's a smaller city, you have to, certain benefits, but maybe it's a bit boring. But it's not. It's for a city of this size, it feels like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's like there's everything you need in a city, basically, in a small city, and just you add in it that it feels very, very safe, easy to go everywhere because there's no much traffic and the city is not big. And there's also something that I like is I also like going to bars, like the party scene, and there are plenty.
Yeah, plenty, and like I said, with so many friendly people willing to hang out, it definitely feels, I don't know, feel incredibly popular, even though we've only just got here.
So let's answer a few questions, because we told them that they should drop their questions here and we were going to answer them. So I have two. Woo, we have two. David says, have you visited Florida or the US? I haven't visited the US, but I would like at some point, if I have the opportunity, I would like to see at least some of it. It would be interesting to understand your culture. What about you?
I've been to New York for 2 days, but I didn't really see very much while I was there.
So no, basically.
No, not technically yes, but not really.
Yeah. So we don't know. Buenas noches. Buenas noches, David. ¿Cómo estás? He's taking. Do you remember David?
Yes, we met. He's in your Spanish course now, isn't he? Yes.
Yes, great. David is asking actually, do you meet a lot of people from Venezuela in Manizales? Is agritourism a thing around the area you are staying? But this is a very good question.
It's a very good question.
Okay.
Have you seen any Venezuelans here?
This is really an interesting question because I don't really know if we are in a bubble here in Manizales that we don't tend to see them.
Yeah, I haven't met anybody who's was Venezuelan here.
No.
And when we were in other cities, then it was really common.
Yeah, it's common.
Yeah. So.
And we haven't even had the chance to meet them on the streets, or I remember when we were in the north of Colombia, it was easy to see them because they were normally working at the at shops.
There was that guy who served us by the aguas termales. And do you remember, because here they have they like to put cheese with everything. So they have this sugar water called agua panela, which is very nice. It's like unprocessed sugar. And they put cheese in it.
Yeah, you remember.
and this guy was serving us, and we hadn't tried it. We knew it was a thing, but we said, how does it work? We want to try this. And he said, look, I don't know why they do it. It's something that the people here do. I don't really get it. I'm from Venezuela, but you can try it if you want.
Yeah, that was very funny. And we like chocolate with cheese.
Yeah.
We are not convinced with agua panela and cheese.
Yeah, agua panela and cheese is a bit of a weird one, but chocolate and cheese is delicious.
So this is another question for you. I would like you to answer this one.
Okay.
Is agritourism a thing around the area you're staying?
If I'm understanding agritourism correctly, then yes, because there's loads of coffee farms, and a lot of those places offer tours and things. So we went to some of those. There's some more that we want to do still. So that's how I would imagine agritourism. Is that what it means? That you go and see the cultivation?
So right? Let us know, David. Okay, Isa Hunapku says, I also prefer small cities and towns. You are in our team. So Steve says, I think before Steve there were more questions. Let me see. Okay, Kevin from Eat by La Trouble says Querétaro is not as friendly as other parts of Mexico, and he's been traveling there. Yeah, he would know. They've been traveling a lot around Mexico. Steve says, what do you know about the nearby cities of Pereira and Armenia? Oof. I'm sad to say that we haven't visited them.
We haven't. We've been through Pereira.
Yeah.
Armenia looks very interesting because it's the capital of Quindío, and around that department there's a lot of very pretty towns. So we went to Salento, which is near.
That is in Quindío. Salento is in Quindío.
Yes. Well, right by Armenia, because we ended up in Armenia by accident with a Dutchman that we met, and then we had to get another taxi, but we didn't see anything because it was dark.
It was dark. But that's something that we would like to do. We're going to have enough time.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. Okay, would you consider visiting Ecuador? Isa is asking. Honestly, I haven't thought of Ecuador. Have you thought of Ecuador, visiting Ecuador?
Well, I've been to Ecuador.
Yeah, very briefly.
But yeah, I don't see why not, but it's just kind of not super high on our list. Who could that be?
Someone is knocking our door, but we are live streaming. So sorry, no podemos abrir. Bueno, we can consider it. Let's see what our plans in the future. We don't know what we want to do in 2 weeks, so let's see how it goes.
Yeah, we're very flexible.
Yep. So, oh my God, somebody is.
You continue.
Okay. Well, while Dave opens the door, let me answer another question. They are distracting me. Okay, there's another question here that is very interesting as well. Have you guys ever been robbed in Colombia?
Sorry, I'll just interrupt you. So,
Oh my God!
that you can't even do a live stream in Colombia without somebody coming and giving you food.
Who was it?
The lady from downstairs.
Oh my God!
See, it's ridiculous. Why are they so friendly?
Oh, muchas gracias!
Look at this.
Oh my God! How did they know? How did she know that we were hungry?
Yeah, no, you're just saying, I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Sorry. Okay. Do you know anything about the I'm skipping the other one. Yes. Do you know anything about the digital nomad visa in Colombia?
Yeah, well, it's an option for us. We could get it if we wanted.
We could get that. We don't. Yeah, we could get it. But can you tell a little bit about the visa? What do you know?
So you need to be able to prove that you have a certain level of income. But it was like less than $1,000 a month, if I remember correctly, per person. It was a lot lower than in Mexico, and you pay a couple of $100 and you get it for, I think it was maybe $300, and it lasts for like 2 years. But well, it depends on how long they want to give you. But like it said, 2 years is kind of the thing. So
Okay.
that's it's an option. It looks great, actually. I think it's good for. It's very convenient for people like us. So.
Yeah. Okay, so have you guys?
Moon is annoyed because.
When is annoyed?
Because you started reading her question.
Oh my God!
And then you skipped it. So
Sorry.
she says, "Have you ever been robbed?"
No, actually not. We just have one experience or two, but I can tell you about the first one that we had in Taganga.
Mm-hmm.
We bought something. I don't remember what we bought on the street. Well, it wasn't on the street. It was.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say it?
You can say it. You can say what you want.
It was the owner of the Airbnb where we were renting.
The administrator.
The administrator, sorry. So we paid with the biggest note that Colombia has, which is 50,000 Colombian pesos. No, that is not the biggest.
It's not the biggest, but it's you don't see the 100,000 very often.
Mm-hmm. So, and he said, "Oh, I don't have change. Let me go to the supermarket and change it, and I can give you your change." And we were like, "Okay, we are going to be here at home." So he went, and he came back and said, I'm so sorry. I feel very sorry. I let me some.
Sorry, okay.
I feel very embarrassed, but this note is false." And we were, well, how can it be? How can it be if we got that note from the ATM?
Mm-hmm.
And we, you said that, actually, you told him, and you were very angry.
I was angry, but what can you do? You know, and it was a very small amount. Well, I mean, it's like at the moment it's worth about $12 or something. So it's not like a huge amount of money to be getting annoyed about, but it is very frustrating.
It's just not. It's not about the money. It's just about should we take a lot more care of our things? Should we more aware of our surroundings? That was the feeling that I got. And at the end we paid with another note, but that was a wake-up call for us in the place where we were staying last year. Now that was the biggest thing that happened to us, basically.
Yeah, we've definitely never been robbed. We've never had any bad experiences like that, but we did we got ripped off a couple of times the last time we were here. Never in Manizales, interestingly enough.
Interestingly,
But yeah, in on the coast and in Bogotá as well, we had a couple of
weird
experiences.
things.
Didn't feel unsafe or anything, but it's it's just
like,
people taking advantage, which is unpleasant.
It's easy to tell, but then you don't say anything because it's not worth saying something, right? So that was what happened. Okay, let's answer a few more questions. Time to drop your questions now before we end this live stream, because we're going to end it in about 10 minutes. So people should know about your experience without filters. Well, that's our experience, honestly, and we actually said that. But oh my God, you're talking with the one who doesn't have any filter, so he wouldn't let me to say nice things only. Okay, so James, do you have jobs in Colombia? Can you understand their Spanish? Can you understand their Spanish?
I can.
Be honest.
No, I definitely can, obviously, but it's a little bit more. Well, I'm less familiar with it, isn't it? So it's a little bit more difficult for me than in Mexico. But yeah.
And you speak Mexican, basically. So it's, for me, it's easy to, obviously, I know the words that are different, and I mean, I don't know the meaning, but I know that they are unique here, and maybe that can be, but obviously you know them as well. You know that you are not familiarized with those words, but I understand why you say that it can be a little bit more difficult. You are used to Mexican Spanish, but at the end you can communicate, right?
Yeah.
Very easy. So let's see. What else? Help me.
Rondell and April from the Yabbers are watching. That's good to see them. They're back in Mexico now, aren't they?
I know. Yes. Congratulations, guys. It was very cool that you travel and then you come back to Mexico.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, let's say.
Is it true that it's cloudy every day in Colombia?
In Manizales.
Cloudy in Manizales every day.
David is asking. I would say most of the days, right? Most days.
I feel like we've been very lucky over the past week or so because it's been beautiful.
Yeah. This week has been great. It hasn't rained.
It has rained. It always rains.
Oh, today? Yes.
Yes, today rains.
Yeah, it always rains, but it's just like 1 hour, 1 or half an hour, and it's enough for the day. It's not like if it's raining all day long.
No.
And it's not uncomfortable, actually. It can be cloudy.
It definitely can be cloudy, and it can be a bit cold.
Yeah, it can be a bit cold. So I think we were talking about this in the morning, that we were wondering how long this was going to last, because we are not wearing any jackets or sweaters.
Yeah, it's very comfortable weather at the moment. It's been lovely, very sunny. Yeah.
So okay, James is saying I had Spanish in high school, and the teacher learned Argentinian Spanish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's.
Well, I think the differences between the countries in Latin America are actually a lot bigger than I imagined, and one thing that I found a bit strange is because, for example, like in the UK, we're very exposed to films and TV from the US, so we're very used to how they speak. Whereas, I know that you were saying you were watching the documentary from the Colombian documentary, and you had to put the subtitles on because because you're not so exposed to it, and that was something that I never realized probably before, is that really there are quite a lot of differences, and even people from one country, obviously they can understand it, but it's not going to be like so natural.
Yeah, it's not gonna be so natural. Okay, so let's see. There's another question from Juan. Have you guys settled in Colombia? Not really. We are here because we like it, and we are going to spend a few months here, and then let's see what we do. The Jarvis, what's your favorite food there, Dave?
That's a very good question.
So, favorite food how would you describe the food in Colombia?
There's a lot of plantain, as you can see.
What did you do?
Lots of plantains. It's not very spicy, but it's very good. There's lots of very good meats. I think the meat's been excellent. I've had some of the best hamburgers here in Manizales that I've had in a long time. A lot of fish as well. I mean, here there's a lot of trout on the coast as well. Obviously, different fish, but I mean, you can get a lot of trout in Mexico as well, can't you? The beans here are great. I don't know. There's a lot of really good food in Manizales. The trout we had the other day was excellent with Jenny and Kevin.
Ah, yes, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yes, I really liked it. So that would be my favorite food as well. Definitely. Yeah, I agree. So so James is saying, I like to carve wood. Is there wood to carve?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of trees, so I suppose so.
I suppose, but we haven't seen.
I haven't seen that many kind of artisanal stuff, really.
No. Yeah.
Oddly enough.
No. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Let's see if I didn't skip any questions. It's fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
somebody's saying, who plays the instruments? Because we have
me.
a cello.
No, nobody. We are in this Airbnb, and maybe the owner. But yes, I'm sad to say. I'm not proud to say that I don't play any instruments. Okay. David. Okay. Let's ask. We put subtitles on for a lot of English-speaking TV shows. Apparently, that's common these days. Why?
Well, I don't know. I tend to put them on. I'm used to it now because I suppose you used to need them more.
Yeah,
so we kind of have them on as habit, and now if I don't have them on, I feel a bit weird. But it's not.
Even in Spanish as well, we need them. So okay, Eat by La Trouble are saying it's so cool that we have two YouTubers. Well, how can I say this? Two YouTubers couples. Oh my god. Here watching us, the Jarvis and Eat by La Trouble. Thank you very much, guys, for being here, for your time. Eat by La Trouble are saying you're here because you followed us here. Is this true? They're in Cali, though. Let's find out. What? Let's find out. Let's find that out.
Yeah.
Keep watching the videos that we will be releasing. So, okay.
This is a good question. How much did it cost for you to move all your stuff? Did you hire a moving company?
Oh, this is a good question.
It is a good question.
We didn't move our stuff because we didn't have any stuff. And we didn't, when we got married, we bought, we were excited. We bought the things that we need to have to live comfortable, the bed, a fridge, a living, the sofa, everything. But then that was 3 years ago.
When we went to Vietnam?
Yeah.
4 years ago.
We went to Vietnam and we sold everything because, of course, we weren't going to take all our things to Vietnam. When we came back to Vietnam, to Mexico, from Vietnam, we decided that we didn't want to buy furniture yet because at that moment we thought, we're going to travel at some point. That's why we didn't do it. And we rented a place that was fully furnished. that's why when we decided to move to be here in Colombia, we didn't have any stuff, and we're very thankful for that, because I think that made our decision easier, right?
Yeah, we enjoy the freedom that not having so much stuff affords us, and we left some stuff with your mom, but a couple of suitcases there, and yeah, we don't have to do any. We can go anywhere, visas permitting, and that feels good. I think we both at the point where that's something that's important to us. So
yeah.
So yeah, we don't really own very much. That's the answer. So it's quite cheap.
Oh wow, Brandon! Thank you very much, Brandon, for the tip, Brandon. It's very nice. That is very, very nice. So Brandon, do you have any question?
Yeah. We've actually had a couple of very complimentary comments about your Spanish group. There's a few of your students.
Oh yeah, Jeremy, I remember you, Jeremy. Thrive in Spanish. Can I read this comment?
Yeah, I think you should. Yeah.
Okay, Jeremy is saying, Thrive in Spanish asynchronous course is helping me mucho in my day-to-day life in Mexico. I'm a rock star at Soriana now. I like it very much. Thank you very much, Jeremy. I know you because we talk through the videos on Flipgrid. And your Spanish is really, really good. Thank you very much. Pamela is also saying Karen's language school is amazing, Jeremy.
How much did you pay them to all join this live stream to promote your courses?
So okay, let's see if Brandon has a question, because he let a tip and it seems he left. So
he just says he doesn't have a question today.
It's
very kind.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Brandon knows my mother.
Really?
Like, he has taken classes with her, and my mother says that his Spanish is really, really good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
by the way, this is an option if you want to learn Spanish with Karen's mom.
Yeah, you can also do it on my lakarencita.com website. On the section private classes, you are going to find an option that says practice with a tutor. The tutor is my mom. She is great. She's great, a great conversationalist. And she's going to give you the opportunity to practice, because that's what students are looking for. Okay.
Yep. So the Yarbrough are saying glad to see you guys back on the road. We're back on the road as they're settling down, I think.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you very much, guys. We're excited as well. It's something that we were getting used to the routine. It was nice. And that's why we decided that we should start traveling again, because it was really nice.
And there's plenty of time for that in the future.
Yeah, there's plenty of time for that in the future. Okay, so here we have Kyle. Kyle, it's nice to see you here. Did you move to Colombia because Isela and I are moving to Querétaro soon? Be honest.
I didn't think they'd realise.
Oh my god. Is it too obvious? Okay, no. I mean, it's live.
Yeah. Not long until they go. That was it. So we'll have to go. We'll have to go and see them when we do end up back in Mexico.
Yeah. And congratulations, guys, because you're about to retire. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay. Could you choose a question?
Okay, JJ Cole says, hello from South Africa. Why didn't you guys go to El Salvador, Argentina? Because I'm looking at moving to Mexico, but I'm second guessing now after watching your last video. Why are you second guessing? But yeah, it's a good question. Why not El Salvador? Why not Argentina? Why not anywhere else?
There's nothing wrong with those places. Actually, we are having curiosity for Argentina.
It'd be interesting to see.
But it's just we decided to come to Colombia because as I've been mentioning in other videos, we came last year and we just to have a trip. We realized that we enjoyed it very much and that we wanted to be on the road again, and we decided to do it in Colombia because we felt comfortable.
And Colombia is not really very adventurous for us because we've spent a lot of time in Colombia. It's kind of familiar, so it's
we're cheating.
Yeah. So that's probably why. Like El Salvador looks gorgeous. We were talking to a friend of ours before we left, and she's from El Salvador, and she was showing us pictures, and it looked
beautiful.
It looked amazing.
Beautiful.
So
maybe we can.
Yeah.
We can. In the future, we can do a little bit of research, definitely. Okay. So, any other questions, or should we say goodbye because we should let them rest, and we need to rest because we are going.
We have a big day tomorrow.
We have a big day tomorrow.
Yes.
Where are we going?
We're going to see Jenny and Kevin in Cali, the salsa capital of the world. So.
Yeah.
And they're very good dancers, so I feel like it's going to be exhausting.
I'm excited though. I like the argüende, or how would you say that?
The what?
Argüende, do you know?
I don't know what argüende
Oh my
is.
god! Argüende is like when a person likes to be surrounded by chisme or by party or just...
This is true. I feel like there's going to be a lot of party this weekend.
Yeah. Definitely. So we are going there and we are going to visit them. They are very good dancers. I really want to practice. We are going to dance, and that is exciting. And so, okay, let me see. Oh, they are writing too much. Can you let me read, please? Okay, so let's see. You can move to the USA. A nice place to live. James is saying, have you been to Brazil? Okay. What do you think? Any comment?
The US? Well, it'd be administratively very complicated and expensive, so it doesn't really appeal very much to live, but
to visit in the future.
Visit, there's a lot of nice places.
Yeah.
And have you been to Brazil?
No way. I'm at least me. I haven't had the opportunity to visit a lot of countries in Latin America and in the world overall.
Yeah, I think Brazil would be fascinating because it's kind of because they have a different language, obviously. So and it's so enormous. It's kind of like its own thing. Apparently, like they don't listen to reggaeton, which seems weird to me as like a Latin American country. So yeah, it's not something that we hear that much about. But it would be very interesting to see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we should say goodbye now.
Yep.
Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for keep watching the videos. It's interesting. It's interesting, of course, for me what it's about to come and all the things that we want to show you. And thank you for despite the fact that we moved from Mexico, because I know many of you are watching the channel because Mexico is a country that you're planning to move in the future, but Mexico is always going to be near us, definitely. So we might go back and see Mexico and then visit other places. We don't know. So
yeah, we definitely don't know. We don't have any long-term plans at the moment. So.
Yeah. So thank you very much for being here, and see you in my next video. Adios.
Adios.